Hey there, it's Transformation Charlie from Transforming Yourself, Others, and the World, and it is a somewhat cool, snowing day here in Northwest Germany, and you know what? I felt inspired by Carrie from Homestead How. He did this awesome video. I think it was to New Year's, maybe it was Christmas, and it was just this awesome walk through the woods and the snow and everything. And I thought, well, I don't have a woods nearby, but I've definitely got some snow today. So, hey, it's Carnivore Month, and today is day 15, and so 2 weeks behind me. And I just wanted to give you kind of an update on how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. And all I can say is, I am digging it. I am totally feeling awesome. I am starting to sleep better. I think a lot of the detox is through. But we'll see, as I burn more and more fat, there may be periods where I get into layers of fat where more detoxification comes as the fat cells kind of open up, and there may be more that comes, but as of now, like kind of the pimples have stopped. I had a period of about maybe 4 days where I had really kind of pretty bad headaches. Well, not pretty bad for me. If I have a headache at all, it's already pretty bad. I just don't get headaches, and so a headache where I start thinking like, okay, I'm going to take some more salt. I almost got to the point where I was thinking like, okay, well, maybe I need to take some ibuprofen or something. I don't think I ever did take some ibuprofen. And it may be the salt helped me. Could have also been detoxification. All I know is it was over in about 4 or 5 days and no big deal. So, let's see what else. Energy is insane. Today, I'm going to do a bit more about this tomorrow, but I have also decided, I think I've said this before, I'm a huge fan. Another step back, I got into this whole scene by starting with keto, and there I came in through Dr. Berg, and also Dr. Ken Berry, who I'm still totally into. Dr. Ken Berry is also a carnivore, and incredible information about the medical side of being a carnivore, and what you need to check, what you don't need to check. But also through keto, I got in, big huge fan of Dr. Boz, Dr. Annette Boz, and she gets into science, and I'm kind of a science geek too. I'm not a scientist, but I totally love the science aspect of it, and she gets into it big time. She describes with diagrams the mitochondrial dysfunction, the metabolic dysfunction that we have as carbohydrate addicts, as sugar addicts, as insulin resistance people, why that occurs, what occurs as we beat it, and what it looks like when we start to get real healthy and are doing better with it. It's starting to snow hard to know, isn't it? Well, it's real pretty. So, and so we are. So I really love it. And she also talks about. Let me come back to you here. Just the whole aspect of what does detox look like? What does the process of becoming fat adapted look like? And I have to be honest, I think this transition to carnivore was, for me, much easier than it would be for a lot of other people, because I'd already done a fair bit of keto. I had in November, I believe it was, it might have been October, I had a real thorough checkup, and all my all my blood checked and everything was looking awesome. The other thing he did was he did an ultrasound of my arteries and of my liver. And when I got the results back, he said, as I was expecting a seriously fatty liver. And that was not the case. He was super pleasantly surprised. And I think it's mostly because of all the extended periods of time that I have successfully done keto, super low carb keto. And I think I was probably doing less than 50 grams of carbohydrate a day. And so I think in that sense I was doing I think I gave my liver already a chance to burn a lot of the fat on it. And so I was ahead of a lot of people, I think, on the transition to carnivore. And so I think the transition has been much easier for me. For instance, my son hasn't done any of this. My son's 16, super athletic. But to be honest, and he would say to himself, I'm not outing him on anything, just as addicted to sugar and carbohydrates as I am, as basically our whole family is. And he's having a much harder time. The cravings are getting to him. He has eaten off plan a few times, and we're holding one another accountable. I'm doing what I can to cook for him so that he's not doing intermittent fasting, but I'm doing my best to cook for him so he doesn't have these mega hungry times where he is just so starving Marvin that he has to eat anything, or that the cravings come really bad for him. So I'm working really hard to protect him from that. But what I'm doing is I'm doing pretty hardcore intermittent fasting. I'm doing basically one meal a day, and then what I do is I fast 48 hours a day. Beyond that, I fast from Sunday afternoon when I've eaten with the family through Tuesday afternoon. And I got to be honest, that would have been really hard for me in the past, but I got used to it on keto. I had a habit of doing 3-day fasts. My whole problem with keto is that when the carbohydrates eventually, they just got a hold of me. I've expressed this in previous videos where they get a hold of me and I can't say no to them. Next thing you know, I was just, eating them. Or a cheat day, and I've talked about this too before. A cheat day turns into 2, turns into 4, turns into a week, turns into multiple weeks. And so for me, absolutely the key is no carbs, period. And I'm doing fat and meat. I haven't kicked coffee yet to this point. I'm also doing some seasonings, not very much. They don't seem to be causing me a problem. And so we're kind of going with that to kind of keep it a little bit interesting for now. So I'm not suffering with any downtimes. There's been a couple times where I probably ate too lean. And then kind of had we call it full puppy dog syndrome. I think that's where I probably ate too lean, to be honest. I'm learning about cooking for carnivore. I'm learning about what roasts they're just too lean really to eat. They're probably meant to make made to make I'm going to get to it in a second, like ground beef and stuff out of, or ground pork or something. One thing I did do last night, oh man, my family really loved me for this. I just tried it. I had 2 pork roasts, and I just let them boil for about 3.5 hours, and then I made them into pulled pork. Then I sauteed them in some oil. And that's not an oil. I don't mean oil and butter. I sauteed them in butter. And then we had them just like that. So the seasoning from the water that I had had them in, and then the butter, and I was everybody's best friend last night. Everybody was loving that. But there have been a couple times I think I just ate too lean, and it just caused me to be just kind of be down for a little bit after eating, and I will definitely avoid that in the future. Definitely high fat is better for me at this point. Really, like I'm not measuring my portions. I'm not measuring whether it's exactly 2-to-1, or, to be honest, I don't even know how people are doing that, and I don't care because I'm just doing however it feels. But I think there's a couple times I ate too lean. So then, so let's see what else. Sleeping's going good. It's always awesome to see how, of course, you go to the bathroom less on carnivore. I would also say every 3 to 4 days. But on the other hand, there's also been 2 times where I've hit the fat threshold, where I've eaten too much fat. Of course, on the other extreme, right? Where I've eaten too much fat and couldn't get too far away from home for an evening. So lesson learned. I don't know how I'm going to prevent that, other than both times were where I intentionally ate. I just went over the top. I intentionally ate like too much. I had too much fat. I had a little dish of butter with seasoned with some sort of seasoning in there, and that was just too much, and that my belly let me know that pretty quickly. It almost reminded me of some of my lactose responses. Where inside of an hour or so, your body's saying, "We will evacuate now," and so beep beep beep, alarm. I'm trying. I always joke with my wife. I get like the 30-second warning. Maybe that's too much information. Sorry. And so, but just really, really awesome. I feel incredibly good. I hear people talking about, this is like a great way to lose some weight. I'm thinking this is a lifestyle for me. I feel so stinking good. I can't imagine going back to polluting my body with carbohydrates and sugar and vegetables. I just can't even begin to imagine polluting my body with these things. Why would I do that? I feel terrible on them. I don't like them. They taste like crap. The carbohydrates taste awesome, the sugar tastes awesome, but the vegetables taste like crap. So why would I eat them? I get everything I need from the meat and the fat. My body creates everything that I need. So why would I eat something I don't enjoy, that causes me problems, that just bloats me? I'm not sure. I think you have to be taught something to believe that stuff, to be honest. I think you have to be brainwashed to get to that. So definitely pure carnivore guy, not a ketovore. This was a really cool thing. I had my first real I would call it kind of a test. So one of my daughter's best friends, a friend of the family, got married over the weekend. And this was the first public event that I'd been to since going carnivore. And we didn't know what was going to be in the buffet from the party, right? And I was waiting. I was prepared to fast through the party, to be honest. I was thinking okay, if that's what's necessary, then I'll just eat tomorrow. No big deal. And but we got there and it was real nice. They had some nice clean luncheon meats. And then on top of that, at the end of it, right at the very end, they also had some actual meat that they grilled, supposedly like Argentinian, some kind of beef that was really good. Unfortunately, way overcooked, but we're in Germany. They only know meat cooked to the point of being shoe leather. And, but it was still awesome. It was still really, really, really good. And so I successfully, sitting with everybody eating normally, I successfully got through this wedding, which would have been a place where I would have just mowed. I would have just really mowed at a place like this. Awesome stuff. Nobody's really watching you. And you can get away with just eating like a pig and nobody notices. And, but I didn't. I went to the buffet one time. I filled my place up with some meat. I was perfectly satisfied afterwards, and nobody knew the better. We met some other carnivores there. That was kind of fun. We had this right after between the wedding and the actual party afterwards, the celebration. They always do here in Germany. They always do cake and coffee, right? A little cake time, and there's absolutely nothing. Maybe the coffee, there's water, but there's nothing there to eat. And so, actually that's when us carnivores, we hid. we said, we're going to go to the other side of the room from the poison. And, and we just sat there and laughed the whole time about how cool it is to not doing that to yourself. How awesome it feels to have power over your addiction, and to know that tomorrow you're not going to feel crappy. And it was just also amazing. So it was a great, great, great experience here, this wedding, and huge victory. So just real exciting. So, hey, 2 weeks of Carnivore Month behind me. Right now I'm saying the first 2 weeks of the rest of my life, really digging this. And I just feel awesome. Really feel awesome. I'm going to I'm going to go a little deeper into my intermittent fasting routine. The next couple of days, that's going to be my next video, and so I'm super excited about that. But guys, all I can say is try it. Try it. Even if you think you can't do it, even if you think, I can't even imagine eating that much meat. It doesn't end up being all that much. You're just satisfied very quickly, and you're going to feel amazing. So it's Carnivore Month, and I just think I found the answer for my life. There's lots of answers. I'm a Christian. That's the answer. Yeah, knowing Jesus is the answer. But in terms of my physical health here on the earth, I found it. It's carnivore, and I'm loving it, and that's what I'm going to stick to. That's what I'm going to stick to, because it is the only thing that makes sense to me. The rest of it is all, it just seems like an addiction. I just don't want to do that anymore. So yeah, so that's my update on day 15 about the 2 weeks, the first 14 days. And I thank you guys for sticking with me. Hey, if you are if you want to see more, you want to be, I'd encourage you to subscribe to my channel, or maybe it's over here. Probably it's over here, huh? And hit the notification bell so that you know when I've uploaded a video. Share this with your friends who maybe they're interested, maybe they're not. Maybe they struggle with carbohydrate addiction, sugar addiction. Share that with them too. I'd be glad to talk to them. But just leave your comments below. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what you're seeing. How are you experiencing this month if you're doing it? Do you think I'm insane? Whatever. I'd like to hear what you're thinking. And yeah, other than that, hey, this is Transformation Charlie. Love you.